All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. As usual, it is Friday, and it has been a while since I had the jacket. For those of you who were concerned that perhaps I had given up the jacket, I have not given up this sweet jacket. And this sweet jacket means it's only one thing. It is, say it with me, OCTANNE Friday. That's right, people. And as an added bonus, it is St. Patrick's Day week. So, how on earth are we going to find an Irish heavy rocker? It ain't no Sinead. It ain't no Cranberries. It ain't no Clannad. It can only be one band. And it's not U2 either. Even though you could argue that their song God Part 2 is a damn good song and could be on an OCTANNE Friday, especially the remix. But I digress. We are talking today because it's the 45th anniversary of this band's third album. We're talking Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak. All right, people, settle down. We haven't done Thin Lizzy yet. Some of you are saying, I don't know who Thin Lizzy is. I don't know them, right? Well, you do. I mean, you might. You probably know the two songs off this record, and that's it. That might be all you know. But let me tell you, there are a lot of really serious Thin Lizzy fans out there who just really love this hard rockin' double guitar Irish music band that you never would necessarily know they were Irish, is what I'm saying. But man, they kick some serious butt. In their live album, Live and Dangerous. Anyway, let's back up a little bit. This band formed in Dublin in 1969. I could talk a real lot for a real long time about them, so I'll try to sum it up. The typical story: a couple of them are friends from school. Two guys meet in a pub, and they start chatting about the kind of music they want to make. Then they go and they see a band, and it's Phil Lynott singing with another band, and they're like, we should get that cat. And so they get that cat, and they form a band. So it goes on and on, right? They put out 2 records before this one that didn't go anywhere. They did record, oddly enough, a traditional Irish song called Whiskey in a Jar, which you may have heard of. But it's a traditional Irish song. And just when they were starting to go on tours, their first tour was with Slade and Suzi Quatro, just when they thought they were starting to pick things up, the label decided to release Whiskey in a Jar as a single, and they were PO'd. They were like, that's not our music. That's traditional Irish. We are hard rock. We're a double guitar hard rock band. Why did you release Whiskey in a Jar? Well, what happened? Whiskey in a Jar went to number 1, and they had to go on Top of the Pops and sing a traditional Irish song. Let's see. Interesting fact, and by 73, their original guitarist quit. They had trouble over the years keeping their guitarist, but who filled in for them during that tour when their guitarist quit, quickly? None other than the Gary Moore. And if you don't know who Gary Moore is, we'll talk about him another time. But when he switched to the blues, and he's still got the blues, that's a song right there. Anyway, he was with them for the rest of the tour till 74. 75, they toured in the United States for the first time with Bob Seger and Bachman Turner Overdrive. Then this record comes out. They record this. Their first 2 records didn't go anywhere. Like I said, they were on their last leg. They were like, the record label was like, we're not going to keep financing you. You're out of here. This is your last chance with this record. And they come up with Jailbreak. And Jailbreak explodes. International hit. They have their 2 hits, Jailbreak, and their number 1 all-time hit is The Boys Are Back in Town, which went to number 12 in the United States. It's their biggest hit. And those 2 guitars, that 2-guitar rock, just on display. And wow, they ended up later touring with Aerosmith, Rush, REO Speedwagon. They had to cut loose tour with Rainbow because Phil Lynott got diagnosed with hepatitis, as one would in the 70s, and he ended up dying at age 36 in the mid-80s. But Thin Lizzy, lots of fans out there. I cannot claim to be the huge Thin Lizzy fan. So some of you are going to have to fill this in if you are a big fan with some of the other music. You're just going to have to tell me what you love about it. But I know a lot of songs from this record. The ones I know that are not the two hits, Cowboy Song and Emerald, those are the ones I know. But your big hits are Jailbreak, which I just heard the other day, and I was so excited when I heard it, and I was like, man, this is a great song. And The Boys Are Back in Town. And for Song of the Day, we got to do The Boys Are Back in Town because that's their biggest hit. And that's what we're doing. But Jailbreak, I mean, these are two awesome songs, and we're at 7.5 minutes, and I didn't think I was going to go that long with this one. So, Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak, Boys Are Back in Town, Song of the Day, Octane Friday. If you got a Thin Lizzy story, tell it to me. All right, have a good one. We're out. Catch you on the flip side.